It's about that time.
City News.
What's happening in your city?
City News.
You got love for your city?
City News.
City Views.
City Views. City News. City Views. City Views.
Good evening. Welcome to City Views. Good evening. Welcome to City Views.
Good evening.
Yes.
Welcome to City Views.
Yes. It's
Welcome to City Views.
mayhem in the studio, but that's okay. I just think the heat's getting to some people, but considering how hot it is, it's perfectly fine. So we'll give everyone in the studio a break today because we know that you definitely deserve it. But speaking of breaks, guys, Daniel is back with us.
I know him.
So excited.
Yeah.
And I haven't even had an opportunity to interrogate him about his trip to Washington, D.C.
DC.
Yeah. So hopefully he's returned to us whole and in one piece. And he hasn't been too, let's just say, influenced by the Washington, D.C. crowd, as it were. Because it can be really crowded down there, you know?
Oh, that's true. It can.
Yeah. So, nonetheless, welcome back, Daniel.
Dan back.
And as always, I want to give a big shout out to my most capable co-hosts for City Views. First of all, the one and only Mr. Wilbert Bowles, also known as Weebo.
I'm here, Jock. I'm here.
And back with us after her long
With Parker.
hiatus, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely, the talented Miss Melissa Cross. Welcome back, Melissa.
Hello. Good to see you.
With Parker.
It's always good to have, you know, beauty back on the stage, you know. And in case of her and Weebo, it is kind of like Beauty and the Beast, isn't it?
Oh, I'm just hurt. That's
He's
all right.
so beautiful, and I'm so beastly.
Yes. Yes.
Beastly Melissa.
That's
That's,
right.
my new nickname, BM. Oh gosh, no, that's a
I got big. I got big shoulders, bro. Don't forget. I can take it.
Well, I think the role reversal here is good. You know, it creates good group
I
dynamics.
can take it. Right, Dan?
Nonetheless, and as always, we want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Toth Insurance Agency.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you,
Thank
Steve.
you so much, Toth Insurance. And
Always,
thank you, Steve.
yes.
Always.
Like a good neighbor, Toth Insurance Agency is there.
They're wonderful.
And we also want to give a big shout out to Catherine Pezzi, our administrative
Thanks, Kat.
Thanks
Assistant.
so much, Kath.
Say hi
As
to Bill.
always, thank you.
She does all the nuts and bolts, you know, puts all the
Yeah.
little stuff together, and helps Weebo coordinate our guests each and every week. So thank you very much, Catherine. Whatever, she's probably in the back in her backyard right
She's
now.
our mother, Wendy. She keeps all of us Lost Boys in line and keeps us together.
But it's easy to do that because she reclines and has her more leisurely moments in her backyard in her pool.
Got a nice backyard. Beautiful
Yeah.
backyard.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, as always, we appreciate our staff here. It's City Views, working overtime to make sure that we can present a quality show for you each and every week.
Yeah.
Now, today's guest on our show, Weebo, thanks for hooking this up, man. This is pretty cool.
Good timing.
Casey McKenna is here with us.
Good timing. The man.
As well, Donna Wynn is
Donna,
going to
the
be in
woman.
the house. And it's going to be great talking to those
Yeah.
two. And we go a long way back, doing some great stuff, especially when Donna was with Park and Rec.
Park and Rec.
So I'm looking forward to that conversation with her. In the meantime, the weekend in review. Weibo, how was your weekend?
The weekend Saturday was great, man.
Yeah?
Saturday was 95 years of Camp Coleman.
Wow.
Boy Scout camp. Big party, celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
And see, I don't know what it is about you and Boy Scouts, Weibo, but you guys go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly.
You know?
Peanut
and
butter
carrots.
and jelly, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Boy Scouts. When they was writing out the charter for Boy Scouts, they had Wilbur Bowles in mind when they did that. You're such a committed, dedicated scout master. And everywhere I go, first thing when people talk about Weibo, they talk about your dedication and commitment to the Cub Scouts. So.
Well, I gotta say, it's not Boy Scouts, it's Scouts.
Scout, right.
Yeah, we got girls and Scouts now.
Well, thank you for that
They
correction.
camping up Camp Coleman this week up there.
Do we have a call coming in already?
No.
No call?
No call.
Okay. They're just teasing us. They really wanted to talk to Melissa, but so glad to have you back.
We had a very interesting weekend.
Yes, I'm listening.
The hiker that we had, well, we have a lot of hikers through the summer, but a very interesting one that we had was this hiker who came all the way from Japan to hike the Appalachian Trail. His trail name is Flying Fish, and it was a little nervous because I thought, how on God's green earth am I going to be able to communicate with this man? Because I don't know a lick of Japanese. He had enough grip on the English language to make basic communications known, that he needed a place for the night, etc. But I have to thank Google Translate. People, Google Translate.
Oh, yeah, that's the
You
place.
can go to Google Translate, you talk in what you're saying, tell them the language, and you can hit play, and it will talk back what
Wow.
you're trying to
Yep.
say.
Wow.
So it helped make more complicated matters, such as, no, that's not gross staining on the toilet. We have well water. It's minerals in the water. It's not number 2.
Oh, number
So
2.
more complicated things to explain to someone. Oh, we have well water. But it was an awful lot of fun to have him, and the poor guy kept saying, "I'm satisfied. I'm happy. I'm satisfied." And we were doing a grilled evening, so we had cheeseburgers and hot dogs. We just kept putting more and more
No
food.
chicken.
No, I grilled chicken.
Oh,
I did. I
should've
grilled
called me.
drumsticks.
Should've called me.
And this guy, he's like, "I'm satisfied," and I kept putting more food in front of him. So, Flying Fish came all the way from Japan to hike the Appalachian Trail, and he spent
Wow.
the night with us. So that was a lot of fun.
Very interesting.
I know there's a lot going on in the sound room here.
Yeah, the phone is ringing.
The phone is ringing off the hook.
It sounds like we
We
got
do
a call.
have a call.
Yeah, let's take this and see what we got going on here. Good evening and welcome to City Views.
How are you today?
Very well. How's it going?
Good. I got a. Did you go to the bottom of take a ride to bottom of Highland Avenue lately?
The bottom of Highland Avenue.
Yeah, where they're doing the construction for the new road for Highland Avenue.
I was there probably a couple of days ago, but I didn't see any construction going on though.
Did you see when you come up by Dick Cooper and stop for the light there, and you take the right going into the Riverside Avenue in front of the package store?
Yes.
They took the road and brought it way out, and then the other side, they brought it way out. You should see it because it's very narrow. I don't know how they're going to plow the road or get a fire truck in there. That's how narrow it is.
Wow. Well, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'm going to take
There was a lot of posting on Facebook about it, about the road.
Well, I haven't been on Facebook the last couple of days. I'm having an issue with my computer.
Yeah.
So this is at on Lower Highland Avenue.
Yeah, you turn right when you when you come up in front of the package store. You
Yep.
take right and you
Yeah.
go down Riverside Avenue.
Right.
Both corners. They brought it way out.
Is there road construction there?
I couldn't believe it either.
I'm trying to picture that, and it's not quite computing.
Yeah, in
We'll have
front
to
of
get
the
back
package store. They used to park in front of the package store. You can't park there in front of the package store. They brought it way out, and the other side they brought it way out.
Yeah,
You're kidding me.
They're doing construction.
Oh, yeah.
I've been down there.
Now,
They're doing construction.
I don't know. Is this something that's planned to be permanent?
I think so, because they're relining the whole road from the bottom all the way up to Highland Avenue, putting all the new sidewalks in.
Sidewalks, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's in
And
the plan.
when they have to plow the road, it's gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing that to our
Yeah, thank you
attention,
very
and we will research this during the week and try to have some more information for you for next week's show. How's that sound?
All right. Thank you.
No, thank you for calling. We appreciate
All
it.
right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye, thanks.
Thank you.
It was good information to share.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
We'll
they're doing
definitely
construction.
have
on
to
it.
look that
Absolutely.
up and then share it on our
Absolutely.
Facebook page to help everybody know what's going on. So
Yeah, that's wild.
They are doing construction. I've been there.
That's wild.
I've been there.
Wow. Okay.
I would have normally taken that route to get here, but I had to go to Winsted today, so I came up a different way.
Okay.
So normally that would have been the route that I take here, but tonight I did not.
Well, I speaking of driving, I avoided 2 accidents today. One
Yikes.
earlier this afternoon, and one on my way here. Yeah, people are driving crazy. It's unbelievable. I'm like, what is my car invisible or something, and people just don't see me coming? You know?
They just have an awful lot of trust in you.
Well, they better have a lot of trust in me, because it's like my uncle told me. Okay, when I'll never forget this lesson when I first started learning how to drive. He said, "It doesn't matter who is in the right or who is in the wrong. Just avoid the accident."
Exactly. That's a really good piece of advice.
Yes. So, and those words echoed with so much impact in those 2 moments. It's like it's amazing what a little bit of, perspective will allow you to do, because, when somebody almost hits you, you kind of get upset and you want to, lash out, but, you have to reserve yourself and constrain yourself and say, let's keep it moving. So, nonetheless, I know you guys don't want to hear the excuse while I was, not ready for our pre-production staging. However, that was why. But I'm all good now. Back
You're all
together.
good, huh?
Yes.
You need therapy, do you?
Not at the moment, Weibo.
Okay, just checking.
Any
But,
PTSD?
No, if I do, I'll definitely call you. You'll
I'm
be
here.
the first person I'll call.
I'm here.
Because Weibo has that kind of
Calming influence.
calming influence.
Very much
I'm
so.
qualified. I am.
So you might be qualified, but your Mets certainly aren't
Oh,
qualified.
they done. They are done.
Now you got Melissa. I owe you a big apology, because I had you ready for another show today that wasn't even happening.
Oh,
I was like, Melissa, make sure you wear your baseball hat, or
well, it's a
because-
good thing because I didn't get your message about the baseball hat till after I already left home, and I'm like, it was right by the door. I would have brought it with me.
Well, but next week now we know.
Good.
So
Now
we'll
we
do
can
that.
plan ahead.
Yeah, put it in the car.
Yeah.
Very well. I used to keep it. Keep it in the car. A hat. I do like baseball teams. I have 2 baseball teams I like. Okay, there, I said it. There's some sports in the world that I tolerate.
Well, what are your 2 teams?
Well, when I was a child, I was the property of the LA Dodgers. I had that glove thing.
Dodgers were hot back in the day, though.
Yes, they were.
Were you back in the Fernando Venezuela days?
I have no idea. All I know is that I was friends with Tommy Lasorda's son, Tommy Jr. He lived in the apartment building that I lived in downtown LA.
Oh.
He was really interesting fellow, that's for
See,
sure.
who was back in the Dodgers heyday? They had like Ron Say, they call him the Penguin, third baseman. Then Steve Garvey, the first baseman who was like,
Sandy Koufax.
well, he was before.
Before that,
Melissa's
before that,
times. Yeah.
I just know that there are still people who are very upset that they left Brooklyn. So,
Of course they are.
and that was well before my time, so I didn't even know.
Those scars heal hard. You know, you can't just rip a baseball team out of a community.
And I love the Sox. I do. I don't know why, but I love the Boston Red Sox.
It's because you know
It's the B.
It's the B.
I like the B.
it's the B.
I like the B better than the NY.
Well,
And the
we-
colors, the way that the blue and the red, I don't know, they just did it right. Their logo is just right for me.
I think you can stay on for the next set. We'll kindly exit Melissa out of the studio now.
I like a team because of their logo.
My has an NY too.
It was nice knowing
Nice
you
hat.
while it lasted, Melissa. You can't just come on here.
No, and then we'll get
Back
Pam.
with
No,
Parker.
who was on the show? Is it Sharon?
Yes.
Is she my Red Sox?
Yeah, she's a
No,
Red Sox
no,
fan.
she's a
Buddy?
Yankee fan.
No,
Oh, Sharon-
who was on
you
the
mean
show?
Sharon
that was-
Wagner?
Yeah, she's a Yankees fan.
There was someone
She's from New York.
sitting
She's from
here.
Adirondacks.
There was someone on this show who
You
was
sure?
a diehard Red Sox fan.
I don't know who was on this show.
Yeah, they were sitting right here.
I've never
This chair,
booked
our
a
guest chair.
Was it Steve?
No, it was a
No.
woman.
Was it a woman?
Who was it? Was it Pam? Could it have been?
I think you were hallucinating.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you had to be, because I would never allow a Boston Red Sox fan on this show. Not unless they paid me. Every man does have his, you know. Can't win without losing on you guys, you know. It's getting tough. So you guys are going to have to choose straws to see who's going to hang out as we interview Donna Wynn and Casey McKenna.
Casey who?
Casey McKenna.
And Donna who?
Donna Wynn.
When?
Yeah.
Win what?
Win. She's a winner.
Where's
She's
Donna
a
win?
winner.
Yeah.
So are you guys ready? We'll get into it.
Yeah, ready.
Great.
man.
Okay, we'll take a break, and then we'll be right back with our guest host for this evening, Miss Donna Wynn and Casey McKenna. You guys stay tuned. We'll be back with more from City Views right after this.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online. I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Learning how to kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And welcome back to City Views, ladies and gentlemen. When we're off camera, there's just all kinds of things going on here at the studio. I don't know, maybe someday we should do some B-roll of what really goes on here.
Outtakes.
You get outtakes every week. I do
You
it
do?
every week.
Oh, we do?
Outtakes. I do outtakes every week.
You got to watch the show.
Oh, yeah, I should. But you know what? I got to admit, I hate to see myself on camera. I hate to look back at the show because I'm so critical. You know, it's like, oh, you said on there, and you know, you didn't look right at the camera when that was supposed to be said. And you didn't ask the right question there. So I hate to critique myself, but I think the outtakes would be a lot more agreeable to me because, you know, we're not supposed to be on point. So I could really enjoy that much more.
It's fun. It's fun to have fun. I
yeah.
mean, life is short. Let's have fun.
Okay, speaking of fun, we have 2 people here who make everything fun for the city of Torrington. And Casey McKenna, Donna Wynn, thank you for joining us on City Views this evening.
Thanks for having us. We're thrilled to be here.
It's kind of long overdue, though, wouldn't you say? This should have happened a long time
Well,
ago.
you know, we actually did City Views when Tim Driscoll was hosting it back, I don't know, first or second season that we did our show.
Yeah, we came
by
in a few
previous name.
times. I don't remember the exact dates, but-
it's tough, you know, following in Tim and Sam's footsteps because they really did lay out a legacy for City Views that we're trying so hard to keep up with, but hopefully.
Well, it's the first time we've been on with you, so we're just happy to be here. Yes, thanks for inviting us.
Casey, I hate to bring this up,
Yes.
but I will.
Of course.
I heard you were a little bit out of line last Saturday.
Last Saturday,
Yes, sir.
I was out of line. What was
Yeah.
I doing last Saturday? I can't remember that far back.
I
See,
can't
so out
either.
of line, he don't even know
Give
where
me a
it was
hint.
at.
Was that
It was Elks Pond.
my family reunion?
Yes. I got inside information.
From I know from who?
Yes, sir.
Our buddy Vin.
He spilled the milk.
Wait a minute, I wasn't invited.
Well, we had a great time. We had our family reunion, and we had about 188 people there. Many of our relatives from Ireland came over as well. So yeah, we had a great party. We had a better party the next day. The party the next day I could enjoy because I was my brother Pete and I were involved mostly in putting all the planning for this one. So that took up a lot of our time. We were making sure everybody else was happy, and so I might not have been as out of line as you think I was.
No,
because
'cause I
I didn't have
heard
a chance to have more than one beer. I think.
I heard it. I heard it all the way on the other side.
Oh, you heard it?
Yeah, I heard
Well,
it.
you got to tell us now. What'd you hear?
Well, I can't tell you that on TV. My goodness.
Well,
I
we
wouldn't
had
have
fun.
anything to blackmail anything with if I told you that. You know?
We
But
did have fun.
I imagine so. Donna, it's really great to have you here.
Thanks. Thanks for asking.
And I have to admit, things, you know, haven't quite been the same since your departure from Park and Rec.
Thanks. That's sweet of you.
Well,
Thanks.
it's the truth. But you know, you're such a go-getter that you know, nothing gets you down, and you've persevered and gone on. Before we go on and talk about some of the other stuff you have on the agenda tonight, talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing since your time from Park and Rec.
Oh, actually now I thought maybe perhaps I would retire, so I tried it for a while. Didn't exactly work, so now I'm working in an assisted living facility in Avon. I'm doing activities there. I'm doing recreation there.
Oh, how lovely.
I'm not the kingpin, but I'm the assistant, but I get to be the bartender for all the, you know,
Oh,
senior
how
citizens. I
fun.
shouldn't call them senior citizens because some of them are not far from my age, so.
That is
Anyway, so that's what I'm
so
doing. Yeah, it's
wonderful.
actually a fun job. I'm enjoying it, so, you know, I miss what I did for
Of course.
20 some odd years. I mean,
course.
I didn't just work in Torrington. I worked in Litchfield, and I worked there for 10 years.
Absolutely.
And then Winstead for 5 years, so, yeah. But, and I'm also familiar with working in nursing homes and assisted living facilities, so, yeah. But it's fun. It's fun work.
Well, just as long as you're bringing somebody joy, that's the main.
Yeah, and I got to bring people like you in there to sing now, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes.
I don't
yes.
know.
I'm working on it.
Okay, all right.
I'm working on it.
Should.
Although you might,
Definitely.
you might. She's the carpool karaoke queen.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to argue that.
see, this would provide a different kind of entertainment. 'Cause
Yeah.
That way, all your residents, they can go and actually drive in the van, and while they're driving in the van,
We do have a big van, too.
Well, I have a van that
there you
we do
go.
a hiker carpool karaoke with friends. It's just a fun carpool karaoke thing that we do and share it on social media and make people
You
laugh.
don't have to ask me twice about karaoke. So.
There you go. And we have such an assortment of music. It'd be fun. Definitely.
just one
Thanks
more.
for the idea.
No problem.
Definitely,
no problem.
yeah.
Well, that was what we were always good at, Donna. You know, collaborating and you know just laying it out on the table and coming up with good stuff. And you know, that was kind of like the genesis for a lot of the initiatives that are even going forward today. So.
And see, I already got my brain working, so that's good.
Yeah, Donna's always like that. Oh, yeah, I got something. I'm thinking about something.
Making
I'll call
connections
you,
right
I'll call
away.
you back in 5 minutes.
Oh, even in the gym. Yeah. Always coming up with ideas.
Absolutely. So,
She had one of those ideas 14 years ago. Hey, Casey, I've got this idea. Want to help?
and of course
And
you
here
can
we
say
are,
no.
14 years
Yeah,
later.
well, you guys make a great team, though. You know.
We didn't know that at the time how good a
No, we
team we
didn't.
were going to make. But we do make a good team.
We do.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you have a little bit of information for us tonight that you want to share with our audience.
Sure. We in conjunction with Torrington Parks and Rec, do a program which is a singing competition similar to many that you've seen on TV. We've been doing it. This is our 14th year doing this.
I can't believe that.
Well, you know, I always joke with Donna that when she asked me if I would help out, I thought 2 or 3 years we'd be. I'm 14 years later.
Yeah.
You know, my hair is much grayer, and I'm still doing this thing.
And I'm now wearing
Donna's
glasses.
not there anymore.
And I'm wearing glasses now.
So you weren't wearing glasses before.
I was.
And
No,
what
I wasn't
color
either.
was your
No, I
hair?
wasn't.
He was a blonde.
It might have been. It might have been. You know, salt and pepper at that point. I was
so,
dark hair
yeah.
before it all turned. But yeah, so you know, it's fortunately when Donna left, Brett Simmons, our park superintendent, decided he wanted to keep it going, and so we have kept it going. We've kept Donna involved as much as she's able to be, so that she can join us, and she sits in our auditions and our semifinals and things like that. So it's great having her there. But it was Donna's idea, as we discussed. She started this thing 14 years ago. She asked me because she knows I've got a background in theater, if I would help her do that. And I agreed to do it, and immediately called my friend Dick Terhune, who I don't know if you know, but Dick joined me as a co-host for the first few years that we did this show and helped produce the show. So, and we just go on and on. We're having a great time doing it. And
They were awesome. They were like Dean Martin and who was his partner? I'm trying to
Jerry
think.
Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
Who was who?
I'm not going to say, but they were funny. It was a really good show.
So you guys played off each other.
We did.
Oh, yeah.
Swell.
Yeah. I mean, Dick and I, you know, we go way back in a lot of theater productions together. So it was great. Dick had to, because of work issues, he got busy. He stopped doing it. But we've brought on a number of guest hosts over the years. We used Tom Shute from WATR in Waterbury, who's a friend of mine who came up one year.
Miss
And now
Connecticut.
Miss Connecticut for 2 years came up and did the show with us. Yes.
How fabulous.
Yep. And this year, we've made the announcement already, so it's not really news. But coming back for a third time, it's been a couple of years since he's been here. We have Tim Urban coming back. He was a contestant on American Idol in 2010, I believe it was, and finished in 7th place. He lives in Dallas, and he's coming up here. He'll be actually at Coe Park the night before our show, August 16th. So please, everybody come down. Tim's a great guy. He's a great singer. You'll have fun, and you get to see him for free at Coe Park. And then he'll come and co-host our show the next day.
Nice.
And, yeah, so we're looking forward to having Tim back up here. And, you know, we'll try to squeeze a few songs out of him that night, too, at our show. So.
Now, it's interesting because some of your winners have parlayed their status into other ventures within the music business. Her name has escaped me right off the top of my head, but I think it was the winner 3 years ago, who is now a Connecticut
Nikita.
State
Nikita Waller.
troubadour.
Right,
Yeah.
She's Nikita Waller. She is now, you're correct, she's our state troubadour. So, you know, that was thrilling for us. Mike Tedesco, who is one of our winners, is in New York, playing gigs all the time down there and doing great.
Sarah McVeary, I believe, is too.
I think Sean might be doing that as well.
Her brother.
Our buddy Antoine Johnson, just, you know, if you tell him there's a song to sing, he'll just sing it anywhere.
Well, he's actually singing down near the shore.
Yeah, he's down along the shoreline now, and he's performing a lot down there. So yeah, you know, people are Caitlin and Patrick.
Kate and Pat.
Kate and
Pat and Kate
have just moved to Boston. They're going to get married, I think, in 2 months. But they're, you know, they've put together. You know, they sing together now. They, I think they competed against each other. And then maybe even, I don't know, are we responsible for them being together?
Yes,
Did
we
they
are.
get together?
Yes, we are.
Recital?
Yeah.
Okay,
Really?
Yes.
Good.
You should do the Master of Ceremonies for that.
I
I
should.
love a love story.
So,
Well, actually, we're like a big family because people keep coming back to sing every year. We have some of the same singers coming back. Everybody stays in touch. You know, in the old days, we used to always have like a shindig and a get together afterwards, and always used to go to one of the local restaurants.
Right.
So, yeah.
I think it's interesting too. But share this with us. When you first started, did you really think that it would be this successful?
I didn't really know. I actually had thought about doing this for a few years. I mean, I actually started this under, sad circumstances. It was after I lost my son in a car accident, so I wanted to do something in his honor and his memory. So, so the first show we dedicated to him, and the rest is history. I mean, he must have something to do with it. That every year it continues. So, and he was a lover of music, and we all used to sing in the house, and it's, so it's a nice thing. Every year I get a little bit of teary.
Right.
He always asks me if I want to come out and say anything, but I always get kind of teared up, and it's a hard thing to do. But that's why we have him.
Well, your work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So
thanks.
So while you have the opportunity to share with our audience, you've rebranded.
We have rebranded. We are now called Northwest Vocal Showcase. We were known, I guess we could say the name, we were known as Northwest Idol for our first 13 years. I guess we could talk about it, right? We got a cease and desist letter from American Idol saying we couldn't use the name Northwest Idol anymore, so we had to rebrand it, so Northwest Idol, but it's okay. Same show, same format. And I think this year we have the best final 10 that we've ever had.
I heard got the inside scoop on that too.
We'll have to wait and see if we have the best winner of all our years, but I think from top to bottom, I think we have the best 10 that we've ever had. So it promises to be a great show, and it promises to be a real headache for our judges. So.
Well, you always want to provide headaches for judges.
We like that.
That's very, very keen.
And you've been a judge.
You've been a judge, so you know how it is.
Yeah, and I
Have you really?
Yeah, I hooked up on the Excedrin 2 days prior.
Sometimes nobody else is available.
Well, everybody needs a stand-up guy, But
he's a
Jock
good
actually filled in for me for about 15 or 20 minutes in one of our semifinals.
For 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, you talking
Is that
about
the one you were late at?
That was the one I forgot to show up to for a while.
I forgot to show up. This is funny. Is that real?
It is real.
Yeah, it's real.
It
You
is real.
forgot to show
I was at my daughter's house having dinner, and
I texted you.
it completely slipped my mind until I was starting to leave my
Wait, the
daughter's house
actual
and started
show?
getting all these texts.
Yeah.
One of
Not
our
the real show.
semifinals,
No,
not the
that's
one at the
not-
Warner Theater, but one of our semifinals.
That's very
so unfortunately,
funny.
I think you were supposed to judge that night, weren't you?
Yeah, I
And
was
you jumped
pulling
into-
double duty.
That's very funny.
It's the first and only time that's happened, but it is, yeah.
So be at the show just in case if
Well,
somebody
hey,
forgets.
you need a bullpen,
Need a bullpen, that's
yeah,
right.
you got to pull your ace out of the hole every now and then,
That's right. It won't happen again.
Well, we did say it's been 14 years. We are older now.
But yeah, this year, do you want to know who we have?
Well, we're
Please,
going to
yeah. Have a
we're
break?
going to get to that. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and then you can fill in the
All right.
fill in the lines, all that. Thank you for tuning in to City Views. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back. Going to take a brief break, and then we'll return with our guest this evening, Casey McKenna, and the winner takes it all, Miss Donna Wynn. We'll be right back.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands? My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah. That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, Melissa Krause does not know that we're back. Oh my goodness. Got to train these co-hosts around here. They're just wild. My goodness. Donna, you just said that you take pictures of us on City Views when you're at home?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I'm watching your show, I'll use my, I'll just snap pictures of you with my camera.
Really?
What would you like me to do?
I guess that's okay.
I sent them to you.
You did?
Yes, sir, I did. And to your guest that was on that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I can get the pictures from them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but I just didn't know about it. I'm just now finding out
about it.
about
As long as he didn't delete it, I'll tell you later who you had on.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay. Just checking. You guys have to excuse me. I'm just so elated that Daniel's back that it's just, it's really preceding everything else.
Yeah, we get that
about the show. Daniel's he's like a rock.
He is a rock for us.
I
would completely agree with that.
Yeah. No matter what's going on, no matter what's happening.
He's kind of the silent hero.
Daniel is there.
The silent hero.
He is. He is.
He's always there for us, making sure that things are technically happening the way that they need to.
That's right. And I just hope that he didn't get corrupted when he was in Washington, D.C., or that he didn't catch anything in the swamp. Just checking, Daniel. If you need any medication, let me know. Okay? Now, before we went for our last break, yes, Casey was getting ready to give us some details on this year's competition.
Sure. Let me give you, before we talk about who our contestants are, we started our process back in June of this year. I'm looking for the exact dates. The exact dates don't matter. Back in June this year when we held auditions and we had people come in, Donna sat in there with us as well, and we went through all of those and picked from that group, I think it was 13 or 14 people to go on to our semifinal rounds.
I think I knew some people who did that. This is all sounding familiar.
Did.
I met them in the northwest corner, maybe Sharon, Salisbury, Lime Rock area.
You might have, yeah. We get people from all over who come in. So we held the auditions, we picked our people to go to the semifinals, and we made one little change this year that we wanted to try, and that was in the first semifinal, we made a decision not to cut anybody and only to have one judge there. And we had Lynn Whitaker, who's been with us. This will be the 13th of our 14 years that she's been with us. And she came in to do more coaching than critiquing, and just walked everybody through some comments that she had. And then at the end of the night, everybody moves through to the second semifinal, which we held a couple of weeks ago. And in that one, we cut down to the final 10 that we take to the final show. The final show, again, will be August 17th, Saturday night, August 17th, 7 p.m. at the Warner Theater, on the big stage at the Warner Theater. Our contestants are right now, starting, I believe, this Saturday, working with the band to rehearse all of their songs. We're lucky again to have, I think, for the 4th or 5th year back with us, the opening night band, Scott Kellogg, Dan Koch, Juliet Koch also, and they are a group of basically theater musicians and performers who have this band that they also use. They are incredible, and they work hard with the contestants to get them ready for the show. Tickets are only $10 to this show, and it's like I say, it's a fun show. People come, they bring signs, they make a lot of noise for all of the contestants, and it's a really good time. So please come out and support.
I just want to add about the musicians.
Yes.
They're so dedicated that they practice quite often, probably what, 4, 5, 6 times with the singers. So they really put a lot of time and effort into it, and I don't think people realize how much goes into you know the band's part of all this too. So
When you hear them,
Dedication.
you can tell how much time they put into it.
Sounds like a lot of dedication.
yeah, they go
going
from
on there.
karaoke to singing with a band, which is really
Right,
big.
right. Our contestants this year who moved through to the finals, we have C.J. Barber from Barkhamsted, Taylor Beckwith from Winsted, David Marcantonio from Litchfield, Kennedy Morris from Morris, Phoenix Whitehill from Plymouth, Kayla Ballou, I know I say that name wrong, Kayla Bollier from Terryville, Gina Bellini from Southfield, Mass, Brian McKenna, I know that guy, from Howerton, Haley Sawyer from Burlington, and Mandy Zontak from Torrington. One interesting fact, we do, Donna also started a kids version of this called Kids Rock, and we do that as well in February or March. Kennedy Morris was one of our winners a few years ago of that competition, and she's now 16 years old, so she was able to move up to the big team.
Yeah.
So we're thrilled to have her. She's really great. All of these singers are really great, so we're going to have fun. And I mentioned this is our 14th season. We have for judges this year, Lynn Whitaker, who I mentioned, who's a voice coach. She's singing at Cope Park tonight, I believe. Bill Benson, who is a former winner of ours. Bill plays all over the state. Keith Wilson, who owns the music shop in Torrington, and he's a musician, saxophone. And we have Linda Ripley, who was our winner last year. I mentioned that we have Tim Urban coming back again this year to be my co-host, so we're really happy to have him.
Who are the sponsors for this year's event?
So sponsors, that's a good point, because we are looking for sponsors all of the time. So if you're watching this show and you have a business that you'd like to promote and get into our program, we ask you to contact Torrington Park and Rec, and to see if you can't sponsor the show and move it forward. It takes, working with the Warner Theater, they're good to us as far as pricing, but we also, the band works really cheap for us and throws in all these rehearsals, so we're thrilled that they give us a break. But we also offer prizes for the competition.
Yeah.
Our winner, first place prize, is $1,000. Second place is $500, and third place is $250. Plus, we give out some gift certificates and things like that. So if you're a business also who would like to contribute gift certificates to our contestants, please, again, contact Brett Simmons and Torrington Park and Rec. We'd love to have that. One other thing we are doing this year, too, if you're watching this and you have someone in the show that you're supporting, when you call in to buy tickets, we're doing a contest for ticket sales where a prize will be given to the top person or one or two people who sell the most tickets. So when you call in for that, when you buy your tickets, you have to use the code, which is the person's last name, all in caps. So that would be when you do it online. It's gonna ask you for a code or a password or something, and it'll be the person's last name, all in caps. So they'll get credit for it and maybe win a prize. So that's kind of it. In there's so much that goes into this, and I can't. One thing, it's hard to express exactly how much fun this show is, and you feel it. It's a big theater.
Yeah.
It holds 1,700 people in there.
Yes.
So we'd like to fill 1,700 people. We haven't done that yet, but even with the crowd we get, the noise that comes back at the contestants from that audience, because we always get such a great audience, is really thrilling to them.
It might be totally full this year, though, because since your nephew's in it,
That
the
might
McKenna
do it.
family is huge, and the Camino family is huge. So
You'll
you might
fill
have
that
a
with
whole
just two
audience just with
That'll
two
help.
families, but yeah. Did you want to mention the sponsorship packages that?
Yeah, we probably should. We're looking for sponsors, but yeah, let's. You got it right out. Let me talk to you. So we have 3 sponsorship levels, basically. So we have a gold sponsor, which is $500 and over, either monetary and or gift certificates, which you'll be listed in the local media under gold sponsor category. The sponsor will have an advertisement in the finals program, and the sponsor will be listed on our websites and social media sites linked to the Northwest Vocal Showcase under Gold Sponsor category. The Silver Sponsor is $100 to $499, also monetary or gift with the same extras. And the Bronze Sponsor is under $100. So, again, it costs a lot to do this show, and it's for a worthy cause of supporting these people who, in some cases, are actually hoping to start a career. In other cases, maybe just having fun and out there and wanting to sing on the stage.
Now, are these mostly younger people, or are these people of all ages?
Well, our age limit is age 16 and up.
Gotcha.
Our winner last year, I believe, was mid-60s, maybe.
Really?
Yes. We have a contestant who's, I'm not sure how old Gina is, but she's
not as old as
not
us.
as old as us.
Let's just say that.
But she's not a kid, I guess is my point. So, yeah, right now, this year, we'll probably, Kennedy is 16 years old, so we have somebody 16. And then right on up, and we'll take anybody,
lovely.
any age. So next year, if you want to compete.
And were these auditions held at Co-Park? Is that
Co-Park.
where they were? So I did know someone who was doing this a while back. Interesting.
Yes.
So you have to
Yes.
try
I'm
out next
excited
year.
to
And that's
find
where we
out
do
more
our
about it.
semifinals. Too.
Maybe
we do
I
our
will.
Yeah, we do our
You'll
semifinals
stand in
at
front of
Co-Park.
us and you'll sing a cappella for, what is it, 1 minute?
Not a problem. I sing a cappella better than anything.
All right.
But
We'll look
it's
forward
with the
to that.
band that you need to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And they work. That's why we're so fortunate to have this band that puts in, some long rehearsal time with each of the contestants, and it's 10 contestants. So, what that's like. So we're really thankful that they do that.
Well, we're going to take a call here.
Good.
We're going to see what's cooking. Good evening, Michelle. What's cooking?
Good evening. Five Guys Burgers and Fries tonight.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Don't be mentioning no burgers and fries. I went to that place the other day, man. I still can't walk.
Uh-huh.
That burger.
It's a double with everything?
No, wait a minute. Don't be saying I got everything on it, because I didn't get everything on it. All right? I scaled down a little bit, but it didn't matter, because those burgers were so huge.
You left off the cheese.
No, I didn't leave off the cheese.
That's Michelle Cook.
Of course it is.
I thought she was sending burgers down to us.
Oh, that would have been nice. That
I
would have been nice.
misunderstood.
Our guests here on the show, Michelle, are expecting you to send burgers now. See what you did?
Oh, well, if I knew that everybody was looking for a little bit of a meal, I could have delivered.
We have Casey McKenna and Donna Wynn on the show this evening.
Hi, Michelle.
Folks, how are you?
Good, Michelle.
We'll be better when we get that hamburger.
See?
I know, right? So I was just saying, the good mother that I am, tonight was Five Guys Burgers and Fries night. So
We might have to rename this segment, Michelle, because everybody thinks you're going to come up and cook up a storm.
Well, I believe my son says to me, Michelle, or Mom, he says, we've had enough food on the grill. Can we do something different tonight? And when 4 people in the house agree on the same meal, you just don't argue about it.
There you go. You just go with the flow.
That's right. So, and they're only home for another week, 2 weeks anyway, so you kind of give them a little bit of what they want because they're leaving you.
I don't even understand how you can feed Billy at this point.
I know, it takes a ladder to get the food to his mouth, but
I
that's
know.
a whole other story.
Yeah, no doubt. I feel your pain.
Yeah, well, he's down there working on his hoop game at the Y, so if he doesn't hurry up, somebody else might eat his business. That's a whole other story.
So Michelle,
yes,
after our conversation last week, and when you filled us in on what was going on with the session, the special session that was called in last week, I had people that were talking to me during the week who listened to the segment, and they're kind of confused, and I asked them, what was their confusion, and this toll thing just doesn't seem to want to go away.
Well, there was never a discussion on tolls last week, so I want to put that right out there. So, the governor can have whatever conversations that he wants, but we are not, in anything to my knowledge, anywhere at all, we are not being called in, to my knowledge, for tolls. We went in and we did the couple of things that we were supposed to do. There was one thing that we didn't get to that we're going to have to go back and work on, and that was a workers' wage bill, House Bill 5001 that the governor vetoed that we're trying to go back and fix.
Right.
But we did do school construction, which was what we were supposed to do.
Right.
And we did the conveyance package that we needed to do. We didn't do the bond bill. The bond package bill we did not do, so we're going to have to go back and take care of that too at some point. But there was never that day, or has there been since that day, a discussion on tolls for us. So I'm not sure where confusion might be. Obviously, you know what, people are going to continue to talk. People talk about it all the time, but it's not something that we're addressing in the legislative body anywhere in the near future, to my knowledge. We could not do anything at all until after the next election, or something could come up between now and May of next year. I just don't have anything to give anybody at this point.
Well, Michelle, one of the reasons why we started this segment is so that people could get the most up-to-date and current information on legislation that's going through. But for some reason, it's like social media. Once something gets out there, it gets like really kind of turned upside down, and the next thing you know, it's like the issue that you started out discussing becomes a whole nother issue, or whatever the case may be. So I think we want to definitely reemphasize to our viewing audience that this is the reason why we're doing this segment, so that people can get the correct information.
Well, and like I said, we have not been called in. There's been nothing discussed or put on our calendar for anything of that nature, and that's as up to date as I can give anybody. Obviously, you have advocates that are for and advocates that are against the tolls. Those conversations are not going to go away until something is definitively done one way or the other. But I think that that's healthy. But I also think, as you've always heard me say, that it's got to be the honest conversation, not the interpreted version of what somebody wants somebody to believe.
You mean no more propaganda?
It's the world of politics. I think that there will forever be propaganda, but I also think that that's the demise of us moving forward in a lot of ways.
Well, that just puts even more emphasis on this segment, Michelle, and why we're trying to, prepare the show in a way that when we go statewide, that we have this segment, securely in the show's format, so people understand not only why we're having this segment, but how they can benefit from the segment. And as we've often discussed before, one of the things that we definitely need to work on, because people oftentimes fall privy to these situations where they're not informed, and when you're not fully informed and educated on an issue, you don't necessarily know how to advocate for it in one hand or vote for it on the other. So I still stand by our high regard for having this segment, and we definitely want to make sure that we appreciate your efforts in bringing this to our viewing audience.
Very much so. Thank you.
Well, thanks. And and I know that we say it all the time, but I think it warrants repeating it again. If anybody has any questions at all about the facts, please reach out. I am on Facebook, and I am probably one of the easiest people to find. Send an email to to my state office or what have you. My phone number is listed. There's no problem with reaching out. I think that that's how we solve the problems, right? Is by getting to the crux of the issues and the truth, and what that is. And I don't think that we do that without having the conversations. And those conversations are not going to be well received always, because not everybody's going to want to hear what the actual truth is. But at the end of the day, I think that everybody deserves the facts.
Absolutely. How did last week's meeting with you and Representative Horn go at City Hall?
It went really well. There was about 50 people in the audience, some really good questions. we talked about a variety of different things, and quite frankly, tolls did not come up that night. And I think what it is about people trying to be informed and having a conversation. And I'm a firm believer that if you have anybody that holds elected office in your area, although I live in the area, but if you have people holding forums like that, it gives you that opportunity to come out and listen and have a conversation and ask those questions that you're looking to get the answers to.
Absolutely. Well, Michelle, as always, we thank you for calling in, and we hope to talk to you very soon before next week's show.
Well, I do need to let you know. So next week will be August 6th.
Yes.
I will not be able to be calling in. I will be in Nashville at a national conference for state legislators.
Okay.
So I will be at that conference next week, so I will unfortunately have to miss my time.
Well, we're going to see if maybe we can get Maria to fill in for you. Or is she going?
She will be with me.
She will be with you.
Yes.
Okay, so let me think who we can get here in your place.
She said it's for state reps.
Let me think here.
Well, we can
no
work
one
on that.
We could have in Michelle's
Yeah.
place.
If you say so.
No, I'm saying we can find somebody to, we can talk. Definitely don't use good airtime for the pondering, but I just wanted to make it very clear that, we're going to be out doing national state work, which I think is beneficial for everybody because we can see what other states are doing.
Right.
And then bring that back and try to figure out how to not reinvent the wheel, but to improve it.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we'll talk before you hit the road.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I look forward to it.
All right. Thank you so much,
All right,
Michelle.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Maybe our president can call in for you.
Ray. Ray.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
We're doing fine, but you know what? We don't have any time to talk.
So sorry, Ray.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I wish we could, but we're under the gun. Okay.
Yeah, the puppet on the string had all the talk. She took all the time.
Well, we'll discuss that.
Puppet on a string.
She won't be calling in next week, so that'll give you a good opportunity.
Oh yeah, but I just got in the house and I heard her voice. I got to call in and see that puppet on a string.
Well, next week you'll be able to do that, okay?
Hey, I'm sorry I got in the house too late. I wish I got in earlier.
That's okay, Ray. We'll hear from you next week.
We'll talk to you next week, Ray.
I can't wait.
Neither can we.
Hey, you got two nice ladies on there and that gentleman. What a nice crowd you got.
Hey, we only carry the best, man.
Very nice.
All right, Ray. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Take care. I hate this part of the show.
Thank you for having us, buddy.
It's the Carol Burnett part of the show. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and sing a song. Seems we just get started. And before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
Don't forget, August 17th, Warner Theater. The air conditioning works great there, so come in out. It's a great community event, helps bring the community together. And before we go, we should mention that your co-host, Weibo, was one of our contestants, I think, in season 2.
That's
so, did you have fun, Weibo?
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
So
sure
long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
We're just so full of song tonight.
Is this the carpool karaoke part?
Yes.
Okay.
So we appreciate you guys tuning in as always. And remember this, if it's happening in the city of Torrington or in the surrounding areas, you can catch it on City Views. We'll see you back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Good night.
What's happening in your city? City Views, City Views. City Views, City Views. You got love for your city? City Views, City